He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it for Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. Makai touchdown.
for a championship!
A double play wins it the free. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKay's touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
He's going to take it himself for a championship!
A double play wins it the free. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch! McKay's touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
Second game of the Morris County Tournament semifinals from the County College of Morris in Randolph, New Jersey, and the top seed is taking the floor. It's the Randolph Rams against the Morris Catholic Crusaders here on the D1 Media Pro page on the National Federation of High School Sports. Good evening, everybody, and welcome here inside the County College of Morris. I'm Kevin Connolly, joined alongside Joseph Henry. And Joe, we will find out who will punch their ticket to play Montville next weekend here in Randolph in the Morris County Tournament Championship game after Montville rolls past Chatham in our first semifinal.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, they put up about 70 points in that one, a fantastic offensive performance. So whoever's going to go toe-to-toe with them next week is going to have a similar offensive explosion. And feels like Morris Catholic is the type of team that could do that with obviously two of the best women basketball player in the state, the Paulo twins, Mia and Maya.
Well, let's take a look at the Morris County Tournament bracket to see how these two teams got here to this point. For Morris Catholic, they defeated Boone in the first round, and then the quarterfinals, they took care of Pequannock. They also played yesterday, did the Crusaders, in their senior night against Pequannock, so picked up back-to-back victories over Pequannock. Did the Crusaders, one in the tournament, one in the regular season. As for Randolph, they took care of Morristown Beard in the first round, and then they scraped by Madison in the quarterfinals to punch their ticket here to the semifinals. Take a look at the bottom of the bracket. Told you that Montville was able to defeat Chatham in the semifinals. Montville with victories over Morris Tech and Jefferson to get to this point. Chatham really with the path of least resistance. They faced two double-digit seeds in Morris Hills and Hanover Park, the 11 seed, after their upset victory over Morristown. Show you an updated look at the bracket. And Montville in the championship game with their victory over Chatham earlier tonight. Who will play them? It'll be either Morris Catholic or Randolph. Joe, now let's take a look at tonight's game here between the Rams and the Crusaders. Neither team has played each other in the regular season. Randolph 19-1. Their only loss of this season came against the Bees of Bayonne High School. That game all the way back on December 30th. So it has been a string of great success for Randolph.
Yeah, Kevin, Randolph has really come onto the scene this season. They went 20-9 last year, but lost in the quarterfinal round to Montville. They started off 6-0 this year, lost to Bayonne, but they've won every game since. They've had some close games. They beat Madison by 2 in the quarterfinal round, so just squeaked by. But, I mean, they have got an explosive offense. Just a lot of girls that can sling it around, get a lot of points up, and they're going to need every one of those against Morris Catholic.
It's a 13-game winning streak for the Rams. As for Morris Catholic, 19-3. Head coach Billy Lovett plays a national schedule for this Crusader team. They did get tripped up earlier in late January against Montverde, one of the best teams in the country from Florida. But since then, they have rattled off 5 straight victories, one of them against Keenan from South Carolina. And then obviously we told you about the victories against Boone and Pequannock in the county tournament. We're just about set to get underway with the pregame festivities here from the County College of Morris, and we're going to take you live to the floor for those pregame celebrations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jack Martin Gymnasium on the campus of the County College of Morris in Randolph, New Jersey, for our second semifinal night of the 48th annual Morris County Girls Basketball Tournament. Our game tonight, our second game, is the Rams of Randolph High School versus the Crusaders of Morris Catholic. The Morris County Girls Basketball Tournament promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or athletic site administrators will not be tolerated in our ground school rules for the premises. Ladies and gentlemen, this game will be televised live on Morris Sussex Sports on YouTube. Due to the fact we played our national anthem before game one, and now introduce our starting lineup. For the number 4 seed in our tournament, the Rams of Randolph, coming in with a record of 19-1. At guard, a sophomore, number 4, Aaliyah Lambo. At guard, a sophomore, number 11, Kayla Brand. At guard, a senior, number 3, Allison Corinja. At guard, a senior, number 10, Madison Jenish. At guard, a senior, number 23, Sydney Jenish.
And there are the starters for Randolph: Allison Kudriza, Aaliyah Lambo, Madison Jenish, Kayla Brand, and Sydney Jenish. Randolph is led by their head coach, Peter Torres. Now we'll flip aside to the Crusaders of Morris Catholic.
At guard, a sophomore, number 20, Daniela Mendes. At center, a junior, number 11, Alexis Rosenfeld. At guard, a senior, number 14, Natalie Stupakis. At guard, a sophomore, number 2, Maya Poldo. At guard, a sophomore, number 3, Mia Poldo.
And there are the starters for Morris Catholic: Maya Poldo, Mia Poldo, Alexis Rosenfeld, Natalie Stupakis, and Daniela Matus. Morris Catholic led by their head coach, Billy Lovett. This should be a good one here between Morris Catholic and Randolph. Packed house, energized crowd, Joe, ready to get this one underway.
Yeah, Kevin, this one should be electric. A lot of offense. Mia Poldo, number 3, the stud sophomore guard, has 310 points on the year, 64 rebounds, 103 assists. And then the star for Randolph, Sydney Jenish, the senior guard, has 274 points, 47 rebounds, and 33 assists. The combo of the Poldo twins is a lot to handle offensively. Whatever Randolph can do defensively to stop and slow them down is really going to be the deciding factor in this one, Kevin.
Winner gets Montville in the championship game of the Morris County Tournament next week right here from the County College of Morris. It's the top-seeded Crusaders and the 4th-seeded Rams going to battle here in the nightcap from Randolph, New Jersey. Morris Catholic will be in the white, and Randolph will be in the navy blue. Once again, Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you live here on the National Federation of High School Sports. Once again, starting lineups for Morris Catholic: Maya Paldo, Mia Paldo, Alexis Rosenfeld, Daniela Mattis, and Natalie Stupakis. For Randolph, it's Allison Kurdriza, Aaliyah Lambo, Madison Jensch, Kayla Brand, and Sydney Jensch. We are underway. The tip is controlled by Randolph, and off and running we are here from the County College of Morris. Joe, going to be interesting to see how this Lady Ram offense tries to attack Morris Catholic.
Yeah, Kevin, we saw in the last game that Montville went with a very inside, going into the lane team.
Well, an early steal below the free throw line. Jumper doesn't bounce for Mia Paldo. Randolph looking to run. Paldo pokes it away. They'll get a tie up on the floor, and the arrow sends it to Morris Catholic.
And Kevin, for Chatham in that game, they were really shooting a lot of threes, but weren't making any of them. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this one turns out. Can sense the energy in this room. This place is going to be electric.
Both student sections packed and making noise here already. As Paldo looks to drive, she'll pull it back out, right back down the lane, spinning, and lost her footing and traveled.
Kevin, Morris Catholic and a true juggernaut in this county. They only lost 2 games last year, their first one of the season, starting 2 freshman guards, and then also their last game of the season in the state tournament.
Morris Catholic, the reigning Morris County Girls Tournament champions, and they rolled to a county title last year. In the corner, three-pointer on the way, and the scoring opens with Kayla Brand.
Kayla Brand.
Maya Paldo will orchestrate this Morris Catholic offense. She hands to Mia, who drives, spins, trying to squeeze a pass down low to Alexis Rosenfeld, and it's turned over.
Kevin, you can sense the jitters here. They're right next to that electric Randolph crowd. It's going to be hard to shoot with them right in your face.
Paldo draws the assignment on Madison Jensch. Now in the corner with Sydney Jensch. She'll throw a dangerous pass, nearly intercepted. Paldo poked it away, but they'll say she kicked it. It's a kickball violation, and it'll stay with Randolph.
Kevin, it seems another pair of sisters on this Randolph team with Sydney Jensch and Madison. 2 stars for this team, so a battle of the sisters it seems we have here.
Inbounds right into the hands of Mia Paldo. She'll hand to Maya. There's Matus to get Morris Catholic on the board. And a timeout called by Randolph early on. Head coach Peter Torres not happy with the way his team is valuing the basketball here in the first 2 minutes of this game. We'll step aside for a quick break. Be back after this. Back after the Randolph timeout, 6:10 left to play here in the first quarter, and Peter Torres calling a timeout early on here for the Lady Rams. Not happy with how his team is possessing the basketball, and they nearly turn it over again on the inbounds as Joe, it allows Morris Catholic to pick up full court.
Yeah, Kevin, a lot going on right now. You can sense the energy in this room. It's really getting to both teams. We had a timeout very early on in this one. The score's only 3-2.
Kayla Brand trying to survey the Morris Catholic defense. They'll send down low. Oh, what a nice feed! And the finish inside.
Kevin, that's exactly what you need. You need to drive inside the lane and then put some heat on that one. A beautiful pass right in under the basket, and then a nice lob up to get them in the lead.
Allison Kuradiza with the finish for Randolph. Rosenfeld, a strong post move and a finish off the glass.
Kevin, that's exactly what you need to do if you're a team. You can't just pull up, try to get a big three to get right back with them. You have to slowly move. You have to slowly go inside the paint, try to get these hard-earned baskets.
And Morris Catholic forces a turnover. Apologize with the Morris Catholic students right in front of us standing on the bleachers, but there was in fact a turnover forced by the Crusaders as they'll get the basketball right back. Paldo driving and she traveled.
Kevin, it's been a tough start for the Paldo Twins. Have not been able to get anything going. Another note, Daniela Mattis, a sophomore guard for this Hudson Catholic team, also extremely highly valuable to this team. She's the second leading scorer. She's got about 240 points on the season as well. 228. Absolutely electric for this team.
Randolph breaks the press. Kodriza passing up on the open baseline jumper. Matus able to knock it free. Ball's loose on the deck. We get a tie-up physical game here early on between these two. The arrow keeps it with Randolph.
Kevin, coming into this one, it seemed like Morris Catholic really had the talent advantage, and maybe they still do, but right now, Randolph is playing extremely tough, extremely physical, and this crowd is hard affecting this Morris Catholic team.
Randolph's got to get it in. They do to Kodriza. She'll back down Rosenfeld. She'll spin. Too strong. Matus the rebound.
Kevin, a fantastic job getting the grab there by Matus, taking it down.
Daniela Matus. No look pass. Sends it back out for Maya Paldo. Paldo on the cross. Lost the handle. Tried to get it back and then turned it over. Mia puts it right into the hands of Maya. Down low for Rosenfeld off the window.
Kevin, a great recovery there. We've seen a lot of bad passes by Morris Catholic so far. A lot of jitters on display, but a good job there after the lost ball. Getting it back and getting the score for the lead.
Morris Catholic in front, 6-5. Kodriza in the corner. Bullet pass back out to the top for Lambo. Kodriza thought about it, takes it and misses it. Offensive rebound to Lambo. Mattis got her hands on it. Rosenfeld comes away with the rebound. Here comes Daniela Matus with a head of steam. No look pass in the corner. Stupakis the triple.
Kevin, Stupakis is a fantastic shooter for this Morris Catholic team.
And they come away with a steal, and Paldo's going to the free throw line.
Kevin, one thing we got to talk about is this Morris Catholic team around them. Stupakis, Mattis, they're doing a fantastic job right now. And one thing to note is Randolph is taking great advantage of. The Paldo Twins have not unleashed themselves yet. They haven't gotten their offense going. They're not in their rhythm. That whole scheme of running up, taking these shots, it takes a while to get into it, and they are not at that point yet. So Randolph has got to capitalize while they have the time, and this offense is not at full strength.
Yeah, the Paldos have not gotten going scoring-wise, but certainly have brought the energy defensively for Morris Catholic, as Maya will have one more free throw after she missed the first. Paldo goes 1 for 2 from the line. Paldo tries to poke it away from behind. It's out of bounds off of Morris Catholic.
Kevin, really good defense there, even though it ends up still being Randolph ball. You're playing physical, you're playing aggressive. That's all you can ask.
Inbound pass, floats back up to the top. Kayla Brand will try another three, and she's got her second of the game.
Kevin, they left her wide open on that one, almost asking her to take that shot, and she brought it home.
Brand's got 6 of the 8 for Randolph. Rosenfeld on the offensive glass, couldn't get it to go, and then knocked it out of bounds.
Kevin, Rosenfeld seems to be the tallest player on the floor right now. She's got a whopping 226 rebounds on the season, the junior forward. She's probably not even done growing yet.
It's been a high-energy, intense physical game as Stupakis forces the turnover. She'll find Matus from way downtown, Daniela Matus.
Kevin, this class of sophomore guards, the Paldo Twins and Matus, is absolutely electric. They can really change a program with the way they play.
Matus pokes it away from behind, but she can't save it on the baseline. But how about the start here from Daniela Matus? She's got 5 for Morris Catholic, as now we'll see Bliss Vimber come into the game. Stupakis will get a breather.
Kevin, even though you think about the Paldo Twins as the two main stars, Mays is actually the second leading scorer with 241 points. She's also got 86 rebounds and 38 assists, so she's all over the score sheet.
Foul called on the floor. It'll go on Maya Paldo, her first.
Kevin, the Paldo Twins desperately trying to find their rhythm here. Specifically, Mia, obviously the main star of this team, just absolutely electric once she gets going.
Jensch gives it up, and then a travel called on Lambo. Five-point lead for Morris Catholic. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Oh, what a move in the lane, but the floater doesn't go for Mia Paldo. Matus from the free throw line gets the bounce.
Kevin, the Paldo Twins are not getting it going right now, specifically Mia, who is the main ace of this team, but it doesn't matter because the teammates are picking them up. Matus, Stupakis doing a fantastic job in this one.
Randolph breaks the press, sends it into the corner. Three-pointer on the way, too strong from Sydney Jensch. Offensive rebound goes to the Rams. A straight-on three spins out. Kayla Brand was looking for her third triple of the game.
Kevin, some good shots there, good ball movement, but couldn't get it to go. Got to be careful not to let Morris Catholic go on a run here.
Sidestep there from Maya. Then we get a whistle, and a foul is called on Randolph. Goes on Kayla Brand. Well, Brand comes out with her second foul, and that's big for Randolph because she has 6 of their 8 points. Paldo driving, spinning, and got it rejected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders. Aaliyah Lambo comes up with the block. Natalie Stupakis also back into the game for Morris Catholic. Paldo doubled in the corner, and I think they'll get a foul on Randolph.
Kevin, really intense smothering defense there. You can tell their head coach has schemed this perfectly. They do not want the Paldo Twins to get any freebies, any one-on-ones. They're going to play them hard and aggressive all night.
Vivian Barry, who came in for Brand, who's in some foul trouble, picks up the foul, her first, team's third. Now on the drive, off the dribble, floating too strong from Mia, and the rebound secured by Randolph. Lambo looking to run, sends it up ahead. Barry a kick to the wing, three-pointer on the way, and it drops from Katie Teague.
Kevin, exactly what they needed. They were at risk of going down by almost 10 in that last possession. They get a stop, and then they get a score of their own.
Matus driving, got it blocked. Paldo able to finish.
Kevin, a nice recovery there by Paldo. It seems like early on it's been a lot of Paldo misses by the Paldo Twins that have led to other teams, other players getting the score from Morris Catholic.
A lot of contact underneath, no whistle. Offensive rebound goes to Lambo, sends it to Barry. Now on the drive, it's Madison Jensch, and she'll pull it back out with under a minute to play here in the first quarter.
Kevin trying to slow down the rhythm of this game because everything is very high-paced so far.
Jensch, no-look pass. Open is Barry. She'll pull the trigger on the three, and it's short with an air ball.
Key check, didn't work out there, Kevin.
In the corner, three-pointer, unable to get the roll, was Matus. And then we get a travel called on Randolph on the rebound.
Kevin, an electric atmosphere to start off. Randolph really hanging in there with Morris Catholic, but it's going to take a lot more offense to keep up with them because once that the Paldo Twins start going, they are not going to stop.
Maya will inbound for Morris Catholic. She's got to get it in. Gets it into Rosenfeld. They left her alone in the post, and she missed the layup. It gets tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay right here with Morris Catholic. Wide open. Mia cannot connect on the three. Rosenfeld on the offensive glass, and she finishes.
Kevin, Rosenfeld is dominating right now on the glass, getting every board opportunity. saying, listen, you're going to miss that shot. Don't worry, I got your back. I'm going to put it up. We got this.
Rosenfeld's got 6 for Morris Catholic here in the first quarter. 10 seconds to go. Barry on the baseline, left open, didn't want to pass. That's a nice cut, a nice find, and Aaliyah Lambo hits the layup. Morris Catholic, Poldo's heave, in and out. Would have counted had it dropped, but an intense first quarter here between Morris Catholic and Randolph. It's the Crusaders on top of the Lady Rams, 19-13. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter here between Morris Catholic and Randolph. 19-13, the Crusaders lead the Rams after 8 minutes of play. Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you live here from the County College of Morris. And Joe, what an opening quarter. Intensity really high, physicality really high between these two teams.
I mean, Kevin, it was absolutely electric. Let's be completely honest. Coming into this game, felt like things could get out of hand very quickly, but it has been a very close matchup. Randolph is really hanging with Morris Catholic, eliminating their stars the same way that Morris Catholic is eliminating Randolph stars. Sydney Jench, the leading scorer for this Randolph team, doesn't have a bucket yet. Yeah,
both Jench sisters are scoreless for Randolph. For the Poldos, it's Maya the only one. She has 3. Mia was held scoreless in that first quarter, and she opens the second quarter with a long 2. Foot was on the line.
Yeah, Kevin, that's where they get very dangerous. Once these girls start hitting those deep shots, that's when you have to start worrying. So they got to keep playing physical, double team, whatever it takes to stop them.
And also Kayla Brand, who hit 2 triples in that quarter for Randolph, remains on the bench with 2 fouls. When will Peter Torres go back to her with his team trailing now by 8? There's Sydney Gent trying to get her going. Katie Teig hit a 3-pointer, but nothing doing here for Randolph on this offensive possession. Madison Jench gives it up. Kerdriza on the baseline, and pulling it back out there was Teig.
Kevin, these are those moments you need a shot clock in high school basketball.
Lambo with Stupakis on her. Tries to make a move, avoids the 5-second count. Kudriza on the handoff, coming to get the basketball was Teig. This possession nearing a minute long for Randolph. And Joe, it opens up a larger discussion, but can't say I disagree with you on New Jersey and the NJSIAA needing to adopt at least a 30-second shot clock.
Kevin, Kudriza refuses to dribble, whatever. She just stands there looking to pass.
Well, now she'll put the ball on the deck, and a foul called. It's an offensive foul on Randolph, so they nearly kill a minute off the clock on that possession, and it results in no points, and they pick up a foul.
Kevin, you just can't have that. If you have the ball for a minute, you don't even get a good shot up, that's unacceptable.
Well,
you have the time for the spacing and the ball movement.
They didn't get a shot up, period, and an offensive foul charged to Aaliyah Lambo.
Unacceptable.
Matus, straight on 3-pointer. It was halfway down and bounced out.
Giving him a little shot clock.
On the back door, shot no good. The offensive rebound. They tried to squeeze it back down low to Lambo. We'll get whistles and a tie-up as Stupakis rips the ball away, and the arrow keeps it with Randolph.
Kevin, this is a very, very emotional one to start off. Exactly what you're looking for in that playoff atmosphere. This is what these girls have been training for.
Wide open on the elbow, and Joe, you said it, maybe not the games of Alexa Crone and Allison Kudrisa to take open shots, but Morris Catholic, they have a scouting report, and they're leaving a couple of these Randolph players wide open, and they're just unwilling to pull the trigger.
Yeah, Kevin, on that last possession, a few of those girls were just standing there. They got the ball, exclusively looking to pass. It's like I'm watching Ben Simmons.
Well, there's Mia Paldo defensively forcing the turnover as Madison Jensch dribbled it off her own foot and out of bounds.
Obviously both Jensch sisters, the stars of this team, the leading scorers, they got to find a way to get involved, but Morris Catholic is playing stifling defense.
Paldo gives it up, Matus in the corner and hits the three. And it's an 11-point lead for Morris Catholic as Daniela Matus has her second three. Paldo the steal and a wave off the basket. They'll say the foul was on the floor. Mia trying to argue that she should have a chance for three, but they say fouls on the floor against Randolph, and it'll be a baseline out of bounds for Morris Catholic.
Kevin, Randolph is getting dangerously close to letting this one slip away. Obviously still very early on, but they got to start getting some buckets and holding down this Morris Catholic offense.
Madison Jensch called for the foul. Paldo able to get it right back. She'll drive. No look feed to Rosenfeld.
Kevin, that connection to Rosenfeld in the paint has been dominating all evening so far. She's a big, dominating presence, the tallest one on the floor, and she's absolutely owning this defense.
Mia Paldo called for a reach-in foul off the inbounds, and now Billy Lovett tells his team to back up and pick up at half court. Paldo's first, team second. And it's a 13-point lead for Morris Catholic. And Joe, if Randolph's not careful, this game could get away from them here as a three-pointer, no good, as Rosenfeld cleans up the glass. Matus looking to run for the Crusaders. Into the lane, spinning, lost the handle, got knocked down. Paldo got it back with her back to the basket. No, Rosenfeld tipped it to Paldo. She'll create space, and able to finish was Maya Paldo.
Kevin, that is why you got to capitalize when the Paldo twins are in hot, because there's only a short amount of time before they flip that switch and become unstoppable. Getting those second, third, fourth chance opportunities and getting home with the basket.
And now it's a 15-point lead for Morris Catholic midway through this second quarter. Sydney Jensch and everything out on the perimeter here for Randolph, trying to drive, and as I say that, they go down low, and there's the finish for Alexa Crone. A timeout called by Randolph. Peter Torres nearly down on the other baseline trying to call that timeout. 28-15, 3:46 to go before halftime. Morris Catholic on top of Randolph. .346 left to play here in the second quarter. Morris Catholic with a 28-15 lead against Randolph as the Lady Rams just burned their second timeout of this first half. Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you live here on D1 Media Pro. It'll be Crusader ball inbounding from the opposite baseline, and Joe, Randolph going to pick up full court here against the Crusaders.
Kevin, they got to at this chance. I mean, this Morris Catholic offense is going on a run right now, and you got to find a way to slow it down, get yourself the potential to close this one out on a good run.
Stupakis off the cross-court pass from Paldo, no good on the three. Outlet pass up ahead, catching it in stride, and able to finish was Sydney Jensch.
Kevin, beautiful Beautiful play there, beautiful sequence, showtime in sequence.
Trying to create contact, no whistle for Mia Paldo. Rosenfeld sends it back out for Maya, who's too strong on the three. Mia gets the offensive rebound, and she'll shoot free throws.
Kevin, one thing that we have to talk about is Randolph's inability to stop those third and fourth chance opportunities. A second opportunity, we understand, but every single possession, Morris Catholic is getting 4 chances to get a basket, and you just can't have that in a playoff basketball game.
The foul goes on Katie Teig. Mia Paldo at the line to shoot for the Crusaders.
Randolph, number 3, Allison Rizza.
Paldo got the second one that bounces out. (29-17), 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. At the free throw line, able to pull the trigger and connect is Kayla Brand, who just checked back in after she sat for a large majority after picking up 2 fouls in that first quarter.
Kevin, they're gonna have to keep her in.
Camaria Bowens into the game for Morris Catholic during that last Randolph timeout. 2:40 to play here before halftime, and it's a 10-point game. Paldo nearly knocked it away there from Jensch. Down low, open, and the layup no good. Perhaps getting hit on the play was Teig as she's slow to get up. Back down the other way, Bowens drops it back, Stupakis, bullet pass down low, Rosenfeld at the top, Paldo for 3, too strong, can't get the bounce. Maya with the offensive rebound, nearly lost her footing. Bowens throws up a shot to the basket, and she is fouled.
Kevin, this is what I'm talking about. You're giving them third, fourth chance opportunities, and they're still not working out for them. You know what? Don't worry. We'll give you some free throws. You can't have that. They're doing a good job offensively, driving inside, getting shots up. You can't keep going with these fouls. This is Morris Catholic we're talking about. This is an electric offense. You can't give them this many free throws.
And it's the third foul on Kayla Brand, so she's going to have to sit. She was hot in that first quarter with a pair of 3-pointers, but Joe, Peter Torres rolling the dice for Randolph, putting Brand back in with 2 fouls, and now she picks up her third as Bowens hits the second free throw.
Kevin, I mean, you almost have to. The way this Randolph offense is playing is very stagnant, right? They've got a few players that are doing a great job, but both Gents players are really struggling to create offense. So you have to find somebody, and she has done a fantastic job so far, but now she's in deep foul trouble.
Paldo forced the steal, but able to get it back is Sydney Jensch. They'll feed the corner. Madison open, and she can't hit the 3. Paldo looking to run. She's going straight to the lane. Nobody stopped the ball, and Maya Paldo took advantage. Maya's now got 7 for Morris Catholic. And then a foul called. Looks like they'll get Matus with a reach-in. (32-19) Morris Catholic, under 90 seconds to go before halftime. Jensch on the drive, kicks into the corner. Nice feed down low, one dribble, and Rosenfeld gets called for the foul.
Kevin, this is what we're talking about when we say it's an aggressive, emotional game so far, right? That is a very, very heavy block, and even though it leads to the foul, what they're doing is electric here. You're trying to dominate and assert your physicality on the other team.
Free throw way off the mark there from Allison Kudriza. Natalie Stupakis comes back in for Morris Catholic. 1:18 left to play. Oh for 2 as the rebound ripped away on the baseline by Lambo. Jensch gets the floater.
I believe those may be her first points of the game, Kevin.
Matus back down the other end, shot no good. Rebound tapped back out and tracked down by Maya Paldo. Under a minute left to play here in the first half. Paldo, no look pass into the corner. They left Stupakis open, but she couldn't bury the triple.
Kevin, it would be absolutely massive if they could get a basket here. You want to go into halftime against a team like Morris Catholic within striking distance. That way, if you have a really good game plan, you got a nice speech at halftime, you can come back on all cylinders.
They're not going to hold for one. They tried to throw a pass that was at the feet of Kudriza. She's able to keep it alive for the Rams as they try to bank in a shot there from Tig, no good. Into the corner, Lambeau tracks it down. We'll see if Randolph wants to pull it out and hold for one, but Morris Catholic going to pressure the basketball, and no whistle, but a turnover, and now we get a whistle, and a travel is called on Matus, and Billy Lovett can't believe it. He initially thought Sydney Jensch was out of bounds.
Kevin, we talk about, well, why isn't Jensch getting involved offensively? Well, that's why. That is an absolute double team smother defensively. Oh, and we're getting a little bit of a chipping battle right now here, Kevin.
Both head coaches not sure if they were unhappy with each other or the officials.
Kevin, this atmosphere is electric right now.
So, not sure if they called a technical foul. There was no motion of it. Perhaps it was a warning or delay a game on Peter Torres. So no technical fouls were assessed. And now a foul is called. They'll get Mia Paldo with a reach in from behind.
Kevin, it would be absolutely huge if they could get a basket here. They are still within striking distance. They're doing a good job of hanging with Morris Catholic, but it's going to take a lot more than that because once that second half comes, Morris Catholic is going to be primed and ready to go for a big half.
So Mia Paldo goes to the bench with her second foul. 5 seconds left for Randolph. They throw it away. Intercepted. Randolph takes it right back, but that will do it for the first half. What an opening 2 quarters we had here between Morris Catholic. It's a 32-21 lead for the Crusaders after 2 quarters of play. We'll step aside to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this here on D1 Media Pro.
He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it from Frazier. Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. Makayaton touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
Years of good, we treat you like family.
They hate when you elevate. The second up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling.
Come on, Ray! Oh, come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there!
You know, I'm a person too.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
It's his responsibility as Maldonado cranks one into deep left field. You can forget about that. Chris Maldonado with home run number 2 today. He's got
as this one is ripped into left field. A bat flip and a homer for Tyler
pitch
Beck.
is hit in the air, left field, going over Fiore. He's back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. A leadoff home run for St. Joseph's Regional. Ellis Garcia gets things started for the Green Knights. Here in the payoff pitch is hit in the air, deep right center field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone! A grand slam for Matthew Monteleone. And it kicks and fires. That pitch is hit in the air. Deep right field. Get out of town. Michael, you laid it up, and Marcus Johnson smacked it out of the yard. A leadoff bomb from the Cougars center fielder. Play the 1-2. Hit in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high. It is far. It is long gone off the house. Makai Moore with a go-ahead 2-run shot way out of here at Miller's. Pitch is a breaking ball, cut on and missed. Hard strikes out the side of the third. We head to the home half. But the first pitch to Hollander is belted in the air. Deep left field. That ball is high, it is far, and it is gone. Matthew Hollander wastes no time getting Milburn on the board here in the first inning.
You can see the future of the Duke and North Carolina rivalry on D1 Media Pro.
There you see Hubert Davis, head coach of North Carolina, here to see Simeon
We're
Wills.
looking live right there at a trio of Duke basketball coaches: John Shire, Nolan Smith, Emil Jefferson. Clock now at 12. Kicks it in the corner. Lively for 3. Got it. Derek Lively, a corner 3 in an early third quarter. Has a look to go off the dribble here. Goes right around Lively, and he gets the roll. Inbounds to Wilcher. A step back, fade away through contact. Simeon Wilcher. He's out for Mbako. He'll try one from beyond the arc. And Mackenzie Mbako is on fire to start this one.
Welcome back here to the County College of Morris. It's a 32-21 lead for Morris Catholic over Randolph after 2 quarters of play. Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you live here on D1 Media Pro. And Joe, really a balanced effort from Morris Catholic. Daniela Matus leading the way with 10, Alexis Rosenfield with 7, and Alexis Rosenfield with 8, and Maya Paldo with 7.
Yeah, Kevin, looking at that first half, it started off with Morris Catholic taking a while to get in the rhythm, but Mattis, Rosenfeld, Stupakis came in firing. So the Paldo twins are starting to come on the uptick, but still the rest of the team is very well balanced and doing a fantastic job.
For Randolph, they were led by 8 points from Kayla Brand, but she also picked up 3 fouls in that first half, and Matus opens the second half scoring with another 3.
Kevin Matus absolutely deadly from 3. She's hit a bunch of those so far.
And she comes up with a steal on the other end. Matus looking to run right down the lane. Pretty move. She's fouled.
Kevin, it's really going to be up to Randolph to hold down this entire starting lineup for Morris Catholic because they have scores everywhere.
Fouls on Madison Jensch. It's her second. Daniela Matus at the line, shooting 2 here for Morris Catholic. So Matus 2 for 2 from the stripe. She's got all 5 for Morris Catholic here in the third quarter. Dangerous cross-court pass, almost intercepted. Rosenfeld showing on the wing. Ball gets dropped back, now sent over to the wing. 3-pointer on the way, no good from Sydney Jensch. And the long rebound out of bounds, back to Morris Catholic.
Kevin, the Jensch sisters have really struggled so far getting things going offensively. The defense has really locked them down. Morris Catholic doing a fantastic job.
Madison Jensch was scoreless in that first half. Sydney Jensch just with 4 points for the Lady Rams. Mia Paldo going right to the basket, couldn't get the roll. And the rebound to Randolph. They're looking to run. Here comes Brand. She'll drop it off. Jensch driving, flips it back out for Lambo. One more pass to the wing, and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Randolph. Stupakis got her hands on it, but couldn't save it on the sideline. Almost a 5-second count. Randolph able to get it in. We saw Kurdiza not willing to pull the trigger as she drops it back off for Brand, who couldn't hit the three.
Kevin, she also doesn't seem to want to dribble or try to move the basket around, just waiting to pass.
Matus, her three-pointer might have grazed the front of the rim. Randolph quickly into the front court. Lambo in the corner.
Kevin Lambo, the third leading scorer, but just doesn't feel like she can lead in and try to take a shot.
Well, she tried to take a shot there, but too strong and basically rolled dead off the heel of the rim. 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Paldo nearly traveled, almost got caught in the step back. Matus left it short. Rosenfeld down low, couldn't control it, and into the hands of Brand.
Kevin, somebody has got to turn it on offensively for Randolph here, because they're doing a fantastic job defensively of containing the Paldo twins.
Lambo on the drive, wild shot, and they'll get a whistle, and a foul is called on Morris Catholic.
Kevin, Morris Catholic slowly starting to pull away here. If Randolph wants to keep this one close, they're going to have to get something going offensively and also strengthen up their defense.
So the foul's on Alexis Rosenfeld. First free throw drops for Aaliyah Lambo. She'll go 2 for 2 from the line. Rosenfeld calling for it down low. Instead it goes to Matus, who's wide open on the back door.
Kevin, Matus has absolutely taken over this game. Her Rosenfeld doing a fantastic job in the paint, but also Matus going out, shooting those threes.
Paldo comes away with the steal. Up ahead is Matus, but taking it to the basket herself, and a chance for three at the line for Mia Paldo.
Kevin, fantastic play there. The defense that Morris Catholic is putting on is essentially a clinic. They are absolutely stifling this Randolph team, not letting them get anything off. They can't even pass.
Paldo connects on the three-point play, and a timeout called by Randolph. Will step aside with the timeout on the floor. 5:14 to go here in the third quarter, and it's a 19-point Crusader advantage. Welcome back here to the County College of Morris. 42-23, Morris Catholic on top of Randolph. Kevin Connolly, Joe Henry with you here on D1 Media Pro. And Joe starting to pull away. Here are the Crusaders as a double dribble is called on Randolph.
Yeah, Kevin, Morris Catholic, their offense is absolutely exploding at the right time, but more importantly, their defense is absolutely shutting down Randolph.
Up ahead, Rosenfeld, one dribble and a finish.
Kevin, that's one of the best assists I've seen all year. What an absolute dime in the paint. It's like throwing an NFL pass out there.
And Morris Catholic trying to force another turnover, picking up full court. Stupakis got her hands in there, and then will get a tie-up. Jump ball on the arrow, keeps it with Randolph.
Kevin Stupakis, the senior guard, plays with a lot of grit and a lot of heart. She's absolutely been electric for this team, doing a lot for them offensively and defensively.
Lambo gives it up. Alexa Crone can't find space. Paldo nearly comes away with a steal, hounding Sydney Jenschke on the perimeter. Mia nearly jumped the passing lane as Stupakis did get her fingertips on it. But it's Lambo with it, and then Stupakis will eventually be called in for the reach-in foul.
Kevin, Morris Catholic really struggling to have good possessions. They're having a hard time dribbling. It seems like they're leaving themselves open to a lot of steal opportunities, but also just struggling to pass, be physical. You know, it seems like Morris Catholic is just playing so much harder than them.
Randolph's got to get it in. They throw it off Stupakis, and it's a steal into the hands of Matus. She'll go to the basket. Tough finish, high off the window. No good. And the rebound snatched by Crone. And then we'll get a whistle and a foul called. Looks like they're going to get the foul. A technical foul is called on Daniela Matus. No, check that. Not a technical, just a reach-in foul on Matus. My apologies on that. So it's Matus' second foul. Third team foul the second half on Morris Catholic. Jensch trying to drive, drops it off for Kadiza. The whole gym wants her to shoot. Rosenfeld not even paying attention to her out there.
Kevin, she's just standing there with the ball.
And then it's a tough two, but Sydney Jenschke is able to get it to drop.
Kevin, you got to take advantage of those opportunities. She was standing wide open by the arc. She could have even taken a few steps forward. Just no dribbles, nothing. You got to be able to try to create something offensively.
Stupakis on the drive will go to the free throw line to shoot. Fouls on Alexa Crone, her first. Stupakis 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Kevin, Morris Catholic playing full court defense. Really, really impressive, and they're really giving Randolph a struggle.
Bliss Vimber into the game for the Crusaders. Randolph works the ball into the corner. He'll just throw it into the backcourt, but able to track it down was Brand, and I think they're going to say she stepped on the sideline. Another Randolph turnover.
Morris Catholic defensively and offensively taking this one over, Kevin. Really, really struggling is Randolph, and they just can't create any shots right now.
Paldo into the lane, got it blocked from behind by Kurdiza, and then it's out of bounds, back to Randolph. Crusaders come with a trap, and they're able to throw it off the leg of Mia Paldo, and Randolph will keep the possession. .21 lead for Morris Catholic here against Randolph. And after that first quarter, Joe, this Crusader defense has really started to lock in.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, you always talk about the Morris Catholic offense and the things they do, but this Morris Catholic defense is honestly the most impressive unit we've seen tonight.
Crone, nowhere to go with the basketball. Picks up her dribble, finds a cutting Jensch. She'll pull up, trying to use the window, no. Kurdiza working on Rosenfeld, got it in a chance for three.
Big and one basket there, Kevin. Obviously down by 19 points right now, but if you're going to start cutting into that deficit, it starts now. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left in this third quarter. They still got time. It's going to take a lot of offense, though, which they've lacked so far.
It's the third foul on Alexis Rosenfeld as well. Free throw too strong. Rebound tapped around into the hands of Mia Paldo. Paldo going straight to the lane, and what they're so good at, Mia Paldo drawing contact and getting the whistle for the foul.
Kevin, that's not how you know these women have been trained for D1 WNBA potential. Drawing fouls is so crucial, and the Paldo twins do such a fantastic job of that, driving inside the lane, creating and one opportunities, but also if you don't get the basket, it gives you the chance to get your team some points.
Kayla Brand picks up her 4th foul as she'll go back to the bench for Randolph.
Kevin, she is desperately needed right now. She's really the only offensive piece that has been consistent for them. Both sisters of this team have really struggled to get anything going offensively.
Paldo 2 for 2 from the line, leads back to 21 for Morris Catholic. As now Daniela Matus will come back in.
And another little chipping battle between the head coaches.
Perhaps not. Matus didn't make it to the scorer's table in time. So she'll be in at the next whistle. Morris Catholic will set up his defense and try to apply some pressure. Lambo, that's a tie-up. Outstanding defense from Rosenfeld, and the arrow sends it to Morris Catholic.
Kevin, they have absolutely dominated this one. One of the best defensive performances I've seen in a while. They are letting nothing get by.
Rosenfeld to the bench, Matus back in. 2:12 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Mia faces up, so use a screen. She'll drive, shot up, no good. Think they're going to call the foul on the floor regardless. But foul starting to mount here for Randolph, as that's the 2nd on Alexa Crone. Two minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. 3-pointer, no good from Maya Paldo. Madison Jensk off the back heel, no good. Stupakis. Paldo, home run pass, 3-on-1. She'll find Matus, and Matus is fouled.
Kevin, a lot of fouls to go around right now. Morris Catholic essentially shooting free throws at the end of every possession.
The 16th foul on Randolph. First foul on Sydney Jensk. But free throws the rest of this game now for Morris Catholic. And Joe, really a chance to separate themselves even more with Randolph.
Yeah, Kevin, it's like every possession is guaranteed points at this point. You know, everything keeps ending with free throws, and a very, very good shooting team.
So Matus 2 for 2 from the stripe. And now it's a 23-point lead for Morris Catholic, their largest lead tonight. Crone gets it rejected. And then a travel will be called on Randolph.
Kevin, Randolph really just struggling in all facets of the game right now.
Billy Lovett instructing his team to hurry up down the floor. Bliss Vimber for 3! And it rattles in, and Vimber fired up for the Crusaders.
Kevin, this game going very, very similar to how we saw the previous matchup, Chad and Montville go. One team hanging in there, tied, very, very close at one point, very emotional. And then team just starts to pull away.
That ball fumbled, able to re-corral it and hand it off for Lambo, who drives on Vimber and finishes off the window. Montville awaiting the winner of this game, and it looks like they might get a date with Morris Catholic, as Vimber shot looked good but just didn't fall. Would be the first meeting of the season between Morris Catholic and Montville, should it come to fruition. And barring a catastrophic collapse from Morris Catholic, it looks like it very well might come to fruition, but Madison Jensch says not so fast, as she gets a layup to go. And Morris Catholic, with 15 seconds left on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter, will hold for the final shot. Paldo with 8, eyeing things up, going to work. There's Leopoldo, rises no good off the back heel. There's a home run heave that'll come up well short. We go to the fourth quarter. Morris Catholic 8 minutes away from returning to the Morris County Tournament Championship game. Getting set for the start of the fourth quarter here between Morris Catholic and Randolph. 53-31. The Crusaders on top of the Lady Rams, trying to book a date with Montville in next week's Morris County Tournament Championship game. And they're 8 minutes away from doing so. Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you live here on D1 Media Pro. It'll be Randolph ball to start these final 8 minutes.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, honestly, it's been tough for this, for these teams. Obviously, it's been a very offensive-heavy game.
Wide open down low, and there's the finish for Kurdiza.
Kevin, honestly, Randolph has done a very good job in the last few minutes.
Three-pointer on the way, no good.
They've cut their deficit from almost 30 to almost 20 at this point, so obviously that's not what you hope for, to be in that spot, but they're doing a very solid job of getting some scores now and restricting Morris Catholic.
Jensch trying to drive, throws it up to the basket, and she gets fouled.
You know, so the last few possessions, everything was essentially ending for Morris Catholic with free throws, and they've really cut back on that as a defense for Randolph, and they're really forcing some shots now and in a better position.
Foul's on Stupakis. It's her second. Madison Jensch at the line for two. It was the 15th foul on Morris Catholic. Quick breather for Maya Paldo, but she re-enters 50 seconds into this fourth quarter for Morris Catholic. Jensch 2 for 2 at the line. Paldo, they gave her space, she took advantage, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
Kevin, looking ahead, obviously, we're not sure how this one's going to end. Got to give some respect to Randolph because they have cut this deficit to under 20 points now. But, you know, looking at the county tournament championship preview, if we were going to say Morris Catholic wins this one, it should be a very high-scoring affair against Montville. Both these teams very, very well charged offensively with a lot of scorers, but Morris Catholic's defense has been the most impressive unit of the night so far, I believe.
Baldo hits the second. That's just her first points of the second half. She now has 8 in the game. Stupakis with the steal off the inbounds, and then it gets deflected off of Stupakis out of bounds. It'll go back to Randolph.
Big possession here for Randolph, Kevin. If they can really go on a solid run, they could make this interesting down the stretch.
They got to get it in. They will to Jensch near half court. Lambo on the drive, drops it off. Three-pointer on the way too strong there from Katie Teig. and the long rebound goes out of bounds back to Morris Catholic.
Kevin, I feel like the shot selection for Randolph has been very questionable. We saw them drive inside the lane on that one, and it looked like they could have a chance to go up, maybe try to get an and one opportunity if they made the basket, because it was very physical down there, and then they kick it out for a three.
All the way to the hole goes Mia Paldo. Kayla Brand with her 4 fouls back into the game. Paldo with it, and a tie-up forces a jump ball, and the arrow sends it to Morris Catholic. Just over 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Paldo gets the screen from Stupakis. Rosenfeld creates space down low. They can't get it to her. Now they will, as Matus clears out, and Rosenfeld is fouled, and she'll go to the line.
Kevin, we are seeing a lot of free throws for this Morris Catholic team, essentially in this entire second half.
Yeah, it feels like there's been a lot more than just 8 team fouls for Randolph here in this second half, but it feels like with every foul, it has resulted in free throws for Morris Catholic as Rosenfeld knocks down the first.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, it feels like we've had a lot of clock stoppages the second half, really taking its time.
Rosenfeld goes 2 for 2 from the line. 58-35. Crusaders on top. Paldo trying to come away with the steal, but couldn't keep it in bounds. Jensk will just throw it back out to the top. Off the drive, nice feed down low. Rosenfeld, the rejection. Her outlet pass was tipped and picked off by Jensk.
Kevin, Rosenfeld has really dominated in the paint in this one.
And that ball goes out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Morris Catholic.
She's been extremely physical. She's done a great job getting boards and also putting up great second chance opportunities for a score.
Jensk fouled, and she'll go to the line. She couldn't get the basket to drop. Fouls on Maya Paldo, her second, team 6. So now free throws, the final 5:25 of this one for both teams.
Kevin, Morris Catholic really just pulling away in this second half. Honestly, nothing left in the tank for Randolph. They haven't been able to score, but all that emotion and physicality is essentially evaporated from their team.
2 for 2 at the line for Jensk. And the other end, corner 3, no good. Rosenfeld on the offensive glass, and she'll finish.
Kevin, Rosenfeld might be the MVP of this game. Her and Mattis have been such great scorers, but also fantastic defenders.
14 for Rosenfeld here tonight as she closes in on a double-double, and a turnover by Randolph as the pass sails into their own bench. A 23-point lead, 5 minutes left to play. Maya Paldo kicks for Matus. She'll drive, dumped it off for Rosenfeld, who adds 2 more. 62-37. Lambo gets it poked away from Stupakis. Stupakis looking to run, and she gets fouled.
Just so many fouls here, Kevin, in the second half. Feels like Morris Catholic is just taking half their points at the free throw line.
Well, it's the 9th team foul for Randolph. Tighe picks up her 3rd as Stupakis goes to the free throw line.
Kevin, you think back to just a few minutes ago, when Randolph had the deficit at 19 points. They need to go on a little bit of a run at that point, but things have just slipped away from them. With 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in this game, it feels all but wrapped up.
Stupakis 2 for 2. That's the one thing about Morris Catholic. It feels like you're hanging in the game, like we saw in that first quarter. It was a 3-point game, and then you look up, it's all of a sudden 8, and then all of a sudden you're down by 23. In this case, down by 27. A foul called on Rosenfeld. That's her 4th. Katie Teig at the line to shoot 2. Well short on the first, just barely grazed the rim. Reminder to stay tuned here to D1 Media Pro tomorrow. We have 2 quadruple headers here on our network. It starts at 11 a.m. in the Essex County tournament, as we have 4 semifinals, 2 on the girls' side, 2 on the boys' side. The girls take the floor first at 11 a.m. It'll be the 2 seed versus the 3 seed, as 2nd-seeded University takes on 3rd-seeded West Orange. Those games held in Tarnoff Gym on the campus of West Orange High School. So that's the first game. Then at 1 o'clock, it'll be top-seeded Immaculate Conception taking on 4th-seeded Columbia. Then the boys take the floor starting at 3 o'clock, and it is the rubber match, and it should be a good one. Top-seeded Seton Hall Prep takes on Immaculate Conception, and then at 5 o'clock, it'll be 2nd-seeded Arts taking on 7th-seeded Columbia. So those 4 games from West Orange High School, all a part of the Essex County Tournament semifinals, begin at 11 a.m. And then a quadruple header from Union County. 4 boys quarterfinal matchups beginning at noon, as Roselle Catholic takes the floor at 12 o'clock as they will play Summit. Those games begin at noon. That's the top-seeded Lions and 9th-seeded Summit. Timeout called here by Billy Lovett for Morris Catholic. All those games coming at the Dunn Center in Elizabeth. So the schedule is Roselle Catholic and Summit at noon. Then at 1:30, it'll be Westfield against Union Catholic. Then take a break until 5, where Linden will take the floor. They will play Roselle High School. And then rounding out the day, it is Elizabeth as they take on Scotch Plains Fanwood. So 2 quadruple headers here on D1 Media Pro tomorrow. And it all gets underway at 11 a.m. in Essex County, with 4 Essex County semifinals and 4 Union County quarterfinals beginning at noon. Don't miss any of the action here on D1 Media Pro. So Morris Catholic burns a timeout. There's 3:45 left to go here in the 4th quarter from the County College of Morris. First game, a dominating victory for Montville over Chatham. And here in our second game, Morris Catholic with a sizable lead against Randolph, and it seems like the Crusaders trying to go on cruise control to kill off these final 4 minutes. Kevin Connolly, Joseph Henry with you here. Some of the student section over there on the far side behind the Randolph bench has filtered out with this game seemingly in hand. But Joe, to start this game, we had a lively and energetic fan base on both sides here tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, both crowds are really going back and forth on the challenge of who could get in the head of the opposing team more. Both teams were absolutely ecstatic, screaming. It was awesome. I mean, it was a fantastic environment, but Randolph has not lived up to the expectations they had going into this one.
That ball thrown right to Maya Paldo. She'll spin, drop it off for Stupakis. Nearly an incredible 3-point play, but instead Stupakis will go to the line to shoot 2.
Kevin, wonder how many fouls we're going to end up this game having with.
Well, that's the 10th team foul on Randolph here in this second half. And it, like you said, it certainly feels like more. It goes on Allison Kudriza as Natalie Stupakis is at the line, and she makes the first free throw.
Yeah, Kevin, all these free throws in this 4th quarter and even towards the end of the 3rd have eliminated essentially any chance of Randolph coming back in this one.
Well, we could have the last 2 champions here in the Morris County tournament square off with each other next week. It was Morris Catholic who were the champions last year in 2022. There was no tournament in 2021 because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but back in 2020, it was Montville who won the Morris County Girls Tournament Championship, as we have a foul called now on Morris Catholic. It'll be their 8th team foul, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Randolph as Natalie Stupakis picks up her 3rd.
Yeah, Kevin, going to be a very, very nice matchup. Going to be interesting to see some stars go head-to-head and also just how these defenses match up. They both play very, very well inside the paint, so it's going to be fantastic to see that physicality match up.
Allison Kudriza hits the front end of the 1-and-1. That gives her another. She'll go 2 for 2 from the line, and now Randolph wants to call a timeout. 3:19 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 26-point lead for Morris Catholic.
Yeah, they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. But feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling.
Come on! Oh, what a bad call! You have no business being out there.
You know, I'm a person too.
So just over 3 minutes left to play. Randolph burns its penultimate timeout, trailing by 26 here against Morris Catholic. And Joe, we mentioned how the second half specifically has been racked up by fouls. See if Morris Catholic tries to take the air out of the ball just a little bit as Paldo gets stripped on her way to the basket.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, it feels like we've had a clock stoppage for a foul every 20 seconds at this point. I mean, Morris Catholic shooting so many free throws and Randolph getting in on it too.
Paldo on the pull-up, too strong, and Lambo pulls in the rebound with now under 3 minutes to play here in regulation. Lambo straight to the basket, kicks it back out for Jench. And that ball thrown into the bench. Another Lady Ram turnover. Paldo into the corner, 3-pointer away, and Mia Paldo connects on the triple.
Kevin, the Paldo twins, both of them, have really been held down defensively, so a good job by Randolph, but much needed 3-point there to boost the confidence moving into next week's championship.
Yeah, each have shined respectively. It was Maya in the first half with 7, and Mia now racking things up here in the second half. Quick tally on her points. She's up to 11 here in this second half as that 3-pointer is left short, and now they'll look to run. Up into the front court comes Maya. She'll go right into the lane and finish off the window.
Beautiful, beautiful play in transition there, Kevin, and it seems like this one's just about wrapped up here.
31-point lead for Morris Catholic, their largest lead here tonight as that ball tapped around underneath. Paldo, 3-on-2 for Morris Catholic down the other way. She'll take it herself. She'll drop it off for the trailing Rosenfeld, who misses the layup, and the rebound secured there by Jench. She'll throw an outlet pass that gets tipped and into the hands of Stupakis with 1:20 to play here in the fourth.
Kevin, Morris Catholic and Montville, who are set to face off in next week's matchup, both scored about 70-plus points in this one, so should be a high-scoring affair next week.
Rosenfeld on the offensive glass, and she'll put it in, and a timeout is called by Morris Catholic, but it looks like this is just going to be for substitution purposes with 1:08 left to go here in the fourth quarter as both head coaches, Billy Lovett for Morris Catholic and Peter Torres for Randolph, are going to empty their benches, so we'll see who comes out on the floor here for Morris Catholic. It looks like it's going to be Sophia Vera, Melanie Zakaruski, Ariana Hills, Sophia Stock, and last one also out on the floor is Charlize Olmo. And now for Randolph coming off the bench, Madison Jensch will stay out there. Katie Teig also out on the floor. Alexa Crone into the game. Sydney Jensch still out there. And inbounding the basketball, that is Kayla Brand, who comes back in. So Randolph sticking with a lot of their rotational players as Morris Catholic empties the bench, and Jensch hits the three, and a timeout is called by Randolph. That's their final timeout, trailing by 30, and with under a minute left to play, Peter Torres wants to talk things over with his team. So it's a full timeout, and we're going to step aside for a break and be back right after this.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
So back after the timeout, Peter Torres did empty his bench during that last stoppage for Randolph, as Camarina Bowens also came back in for Morris Catholic. Sophia Vera with the interception, and she'll convert for 2 points for her first points of the night. Randolph down the other end, shot no good. Zakaruski with the rebound. Outlet pass is picked off. Randolph with Ashlyn Castles will bring it into the front court. And Castles is fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line with 17 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, obviously they're still playing that aggressive style of defense. Morris Catholic, a great scheme, absolutely smothering their opponent.
So Castles will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Ninth team foul on Morris Catholic. So Castles hits the front end of the 1-and-1. She earns herself another. Short on the second. Rebound tapped around. Two teams tie up on the floor, and the arrow keeps it with Randolph. So it'll be Morris Catholic and Montville in the Morris County Tournament Championship game next week to be played right here at the County College of Morris. You can watch it live here on D1 Media Pro. Next Friday night should be a good one between two top 20 teams here in New Jersey. Certainly what we saw here tonight from both these teams, it will be an exciting contest. Shot no good, final horn sounds. Morris Catholic 75, Randolph 44. The Crusaders going back to the Morris County Tournament Championship game to try and defend their title from a year ago. Joe, final thoughts on our two games here tonight?
Yeah, Kevin, you know, both games very, very similar. Starting off highly contested, very aggressive on both sides, but then Morris Catholic and Montville, their offenses are just too explosive, and they just pulled away. Should be a very, very fiery matchup when those two face off next week.
75-44 is our final score. Morris Catholic will take on Montville in the Morris County Tournament Championship game next week. For Joe Henry, I'm Kevin Connolly. Thank you for tuning in here from the County College of Morris. Remind you to stay tuned tomorrow for two quadruple headers, one in the Essex County Tournament girls semifinals at 11-1, boys semifinals at 3-5, and 4 Union County boys tournament quarterfinals beginning at noon. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time here on D1 Media Pro.
He's going to take it himself for a championship! A double play wins it for Frazier!
started to the end zone. What a catch! Touchdown!